Welcome back to A to Z online study. Today we are going to learn about concrete testing, mainly the slump test in a very simple way. Before we start, please like and subscribe this video and share with your friends for more easy civil engineering lessons. Let's begin. What is the concrete testing? What is the concrete testing? Then concrete testing means what? What is the concrete testing? Concrete testing means checking the quality of the concrete. We do test to measure the properties of fresh concrete. Last video I explained what is fresh concrete, what is hardened concrete. So fresh concrete means before it become hard. The hardened concrete means after it becomes hard. So why we test concrete? Because we want to make sure the concrete workable and strong and safe for construction purposes. So when we consider the fresh concrete means wet concrete just after the mixing. In fresh concrete, the main thing we check is workability. Main thing we check is workability. Workability means how easily concrete can be mixed, carried, placed and compacted without problems. So workability is measured by there are four methods. We will focus only the slump test. But in real construction science, mostly we use the slump test because it is easy and fast and practical way. When we consider the hardened concrete means concrete after setting in curing. In hardened concrete, mainly we testing the compressive strength test, tensile strength test. The compressive strength test means this is the ability of the concrete to resist pressing load. Usually we test the cube for the compressive testing purpose. We testing usually the cubes. Cube dimension is 150 millimeter into 150 millimeter into 150 millimeter. Height, width and length for the cube. And we test it after the 28 days. This is 28 days strength is called the characteristic strength or grade of the concrete. When we consider in the tensile strength test, concrete is weak in tension, so we also test the tensile strength. A common method is cylinder test, a diagonal loading. Cylindrical size is usually 150 millimeter diameter and 300 millimeter height. You can see this image for the cube test. This is the cube test image. The cube mold dimension is 150 millimeter, 150 millimeter, 150, 150, height 150, and then 150. That cube dimensions. This is the universal testing machine photograph. You can see the tensile testing photograph for cylindrical mold. So next we study the slump test. The main thing for this video is the slump test. Slump test is the workability. Slump test test is done to check the workability of the fresh concrete. It tells us how much the concrete slumps or falls after removing the cone. Also, slumps should be within a tolerance range based on the required workability at the site. For the slump test, we need these tools. You can see in this image, we need these tools like standard slump cone. This slump cone standard diameter, top diameter is 100 millimeter and bottom diameter is 200 millimeter. And the height is 300 millimeter. The height is 300 millimeter. This is the standard slump cone. And also we need small scoop to put concrete in the cone. And also we need bullet nose rod. Length is this rod length is 600 millimeter, and diameter of this rod is 16 millimeter, used for converting rodding. And also we need steel ruler to measure the slump value. And also we need steel slump plate size 500. This is the plate, 500 millimeter into 500 millimeter. Length and width of the plate is 500 into 500. A clean strong base surface for the slump. When we considering the how to perform the slump test, slump test procedure, how to perform. The step 1 is prepare the cone and plate. First clean the slump cone, then make it slightly wet, damp with water. Place it on the clean firm flat non-absorbed steel plate. Stand on the foot place and hold it firmly. The step 2 is fill the cone in 3 layers. We fill concrete in 3 layers. First layer fill about 1/3 of the cone, then rotate 25 times using the temming rod. Second layer fill up to the 2/3 of the slump cone. Again rotate 25 times and rotate slightly into the first layer. Third layer, fill the cone to the top even slightly overfilling. Again rotate 25 times and rotate slightly into the second layer. Step 3 is level the surface. We want to level this surface, slump test top part. Now carefully lift the cone. When we doing the leveling part, we want to level the top surface using the rod rolling action. Clean the extra concrete around the base of the cone. The step 4 is lift the cone. Now carefully lift the cone slightly up slowly. Do not shake or twist it. Let the concrete slump naturally. The step 5 is measure the slump. We want to measure the slump using the steel ruler. Place the rod across the top of the cone or above the slump concrete. Measure the height difference between the original cone height and the height of the slump concrete. That height difference is called the slump value. When we, after lifting the cone, we can get 3 main types of the slump. There are 4 types, especially the true slump, shear slump, collapse slump, and zero slump. When we considering the true slump, this is the true slump image. Concrete slump evenly and keep it safe. This is the best and correct results. When we considering the shear slump, one side slides down. This may mean poor cohesion, improper mix. The next type is collapsed slump. Concrete collapse completely. This means the concrete is too wet and has very high water content. So this is also all about the concrete testing and the slump test explained simply. If you understand this lesson, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to A to Z online study. Thank you for watching.